Hey, it's Keith, host of SportsVibes TV, the destination for Giants, Knicks, and Mets news. If you like what we're doing here, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. That way you're notified anytime we drop a video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 potential targets that the Giants might look to fill some of that cap space that we got with Nate Solder opting out. I think right now we have a lot of holes, it's obvious that we have a lot of holes, but primarily I wanted to focus in both the secondary and the offensive line. And it's only obvious that I would focus that way because we lost Solder and we lost Sam Beal. So to get started, the first person I want to look at is Logan Ryan. So Logan Ryan, he's a 7-year veteran. I think for the last 3 years, he's been on the Tennessee Titans, coached by Mike Vrabel. And then I think before that, he played for the New England Patriots under Bill Belichick. So he has familiarity with the kind of program that Joe Judge is going to try to implement. And he also has some familiarity with Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham was also on the coaching staff when Logan was playing his first 4 years. So that's one positive right there. The next thing we can look at is also his durability. He's played in at least 14 games in all 7 seasons, and he's played in all 16 games in 5 of those 7 seasons. So we're going to have a very inexperienced backfield, inexperienced secondary. So to have a 7-year veteran that is going to be reliable and is going to be available majority of the time, that's going to be very good, especially in this Rona season, because we're not going to have the same amount of time to practice or be in training camps and actually do any contact drills. So actually being able to have him come in and be a consistent veteran force is going to be a big positive. Also, he has 17 career interceptions, so he has shown the ability to be a ball hawk, which is a positive, of course. And like I said before, Graham was a coordinator during DC Graham was not a coordinator. He was actually linebackers coach, and if I'm not mistaken, D-line coach for the first 3 years that Logan Ryan was in New England. The only problem I have with Logan Ryan really is, his size. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's 5'11", and he's primarily been played in the slot. So we already drafted, if I'm not mistaken, we drafted the cornerback out of UCLA. His name is it UCLA? Oh, Cal. Darnay Holmes. There we go. Got it. We drafted Darnay Holmes. He's supposed to be taking some reps down at the slot position, at the slot cornerback position for us. So, Logan Ryan does have experience playing outside, but it's not someplace that he's played primarily, in the last few years that he's been on the field. He does fit that mold that Joe Judge is looking for, someone who can be versatile and play in multiple spots. So that is one thing to look for. Oh, and as I said, he's versatile. See, I already know what's coming next. So the next player is going to be somebody on the offensive line. It's going to be Justin Britt. You might have heard of him before. He played 4 years or 5 years, if I'm not mistaken, for Seattle. I think the first year he played tackle. The second year he played guard. And then for the last 4 years, he's been playing center. Yeah. One good thing about him is he was available for the majority of his season, but the problem is last year he ended up tearing his ACL 8 games into the season. So that's why he's still available. You typically don't see good offensive linemen available at this point in free agency unless there's a but, and his but is is his ACL, and that's the issue, and that's what's going on right now. So that's why he's still available. But one positive thing is the fact that he has played tackle, he has played guard, and he plays center. And right now we have a bunch of offensive linemen that are young and need somebody to help guide them and show them the best ways to be productive in the NFL. So the fact that Justin Britt has experience at 3 other different positions, or at all 3 positions on the offensive line, is definitely going to be a positive. So 6 years in Seattle, played at least 15 games in 5 seasons. And then, like I said, he missed 8 games last season due to the ACL tear, and he's likely available on a 1-year prove-it deal. And once again, he's had snaps at all three positions whether it be the left or the right side. He'd be able to help teach some of these young guns. And the last person is somebody that maybe not everyone really has had on their radar, but somebody that could be available via trade. And that would be J.C. Jackson. Right now, he's a defensive back on the New England Patriots. He's a 3-year veteran. He'd be going into his 4th year this year. No, he'd be going into his 3rd year this year. And what the thing is, the difference between him and Logan Ryan is the fact that he's a lot bigger. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, and he's able to get physical with a lot of these elite receivers that line up on the outside. Whereas Logan Ryan, his specialty, or where he has proven best, is operating outside of the slot, which is where he was playing last year in Tennessee. And another good thing with J.C. Jackson is he's also proven to be a playmaker. He's been tied for second most interceptions in 19 with 5. So that's something we desperately need with the Giants. I think the last cornerback we had that, regularly got interceptions was Janoris Jenkins, and he was jettisoned last year. So to bring somebody else in that can actually be a ball hawk and actually create turnovers and give, Daniel Jones a much shorter field, that would be something we would desperately need. Desperately. Especially the fact that we don't have any edge rushers or anybody on the line that can attack and actually get to the quarterback consistently and rush the quarterback consistently. Being able to have a cornerback like this that can actually shut down another team's elite wide receiver would be perfect, and something that we desperately need. Also, you have a star-studded secondary. Yeah, okay. I kind of messed that one up. So he's part of a star-studded secondary. But the thing is, and that's a lot of the things his detractors say about him. Yes, he has a lot of star-studded. He has a lot of players around him that are going to help amplify his talent and make him a better player. But my question to you is, if he has the McCourties of the world and he has the Gilmores of the world, they're not going to be targeted. He's going to be the one targeted. And the fact that he was able to do so much in the amount of times that he was targeted is pretty good. They're not going to be looking towards going after Gilmore or to the McCourty brothers. So when they do target J.C. Jackson, he's proven that he can hold his own, because here on the Giants, he's going to have to hold his own and some, because, like I said, once again, we have a very young secondary. Most of these players have either been drafted this year or last year, and the only real proven solid veteran we have is going to be Bradbury, who he's new to the team right now. So it'll be interesting to see. And also, Pro Football Focus has him ranked number 1 in completion percentage allowed since the 18-19 season at 49.6. So once again, he would be probably a real good piece to bring onto the team. He would be in his 3rd year, so that, he probably, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look into his contract information. If I find out, I'll put it down in the comment section. He is going to be under team control at least for another year, I'm hoping. And if he's not, at least we'll be able to bring him in-house and see the player, be able to talk to the player, and try to get a head start in, trying to lock him up long-term if he proves that he's a good fit here in New York. We tried to do that last year with Leonard Williams, but I don't know why he didn't have that, in negotiation before he made the trade. That way he knew what Leonard Williams was looking for, because at that point we could have just waited to sign him in this offseason. But that's a different topic. I don't want to digress. That's going to be the end of the presentation. So if you like what we're doing here at Sports Vibes, remember you can like the video. If you have anything that you want to add that you saw here in this video, remember you can always leave a comment down below. I'm here. I'm always open to engaging in conversation and discussion. So once again, this is Keith. I'm the host of Sports Vibes TV, and I'm out.